We go straight to the press review now. Emily, who's Swiss, so she's going to yodel through it. She's starting off with coverage of Zohran Mamdani's election as mayor of New York. What do you have for us, Emily?
Well, not too much yodeling because I have a sore throat, but let's start in New York with the New York Post. Here this morning they have this headline: "On your marks, get set, Zoe." Their subheading here reads, "The Uganda-born Mamdani will be the Big Apple's first Muslim and first socialist mayor, as well as one of the youngest." But apart from the New York Post, most of the coverage seems to be celebrating Mamdani. This is the kind of front page of the New York Times website early this morning here, calling it an improbable victory. It calls Mamdani a trailblazer and talks about a surge in anti-establishment discontent. Staying with the New York Times, their editorial board has this opinion piece here this morning, says that although they did not support his campaign initially, they are rooting for his success now. It says that Mamdani has to focus on concrete solutions to specific problems like building housing, improving public transport, or expanding access to childcare and schools. The New Yorker also covering this story, obviously here with this piece here, celebrating the new Mamdani era. It says that what Mamdani's opponents criticised is exactly what New Yorkers wanted. His election, it says, will test whether New York City can get good government by having a mayor committed to a leftist ideology. Going to The Atlantic here with this article, slightly different angle here. It says that Mamdani is the foil Trump wants. It says, prepare yourself to hear a lot about the new mayor. Mamdani is going to have to face the usual challenges that a New York mayor has to face, but on top of that, he's going to have to face a brewing war with the President of the United States, who happens to be a New Yorker. Meanwhile, if you'd like to learn more about who Mamdani is, The Guardian has this profile article on his life and meteoric rise. It says that the task ahead of him may be great, but the iron is also very hot.
The paper's also talking, of course, about the Shein story that we've been telling you, opening its shop in the heart of Paris. What are they saying?
Well, obviously getting quite a lot of coverage, as you said, and it's on the front page of Le Figaro this morning here, headlines with France helpless in the face of a Chinese landslide. Actually, the paper's dedicated 2 pages to this story here today. It talks about how difficult it is to regulate online fast fashion. It says that people are already calling for the shop to be closed because of the standards of the products, bad quality, dangerous or illegal in some cases, referring here to the childlike sex dolls which were being sold by the platform. Now, Reporter has an initially confusing headline here. Shein at the BHV. Rachida Dati, the Minister of Culture, blames cycle lanes. The minister said that the only reason BHV had to accommodate the Chinese fast fashion giant was because the roads around the shopping centre had been pedestrianised. La Croix has a slightly different take on this story. It has this piece, is an investigative piece here. It blames French consumers and their insatiable appetite for cheap products. The paper published this investigation on fast fashion. It says that low prices lay down the law in France. People still seem to be flocking to Shein despite its devastating ecological impact. Finally, on this story, Libé has a profile of Frédéric Merlin, the CEO of the BHV shopping centre brand, which is where the store will be opening today. It calls him a master of communication and provocation. And one example of his communication style is this massive poster, which was put up in the middle of Paris announcing the opening of the Shein store, which reads, "The poster we should never have made."
Now we're going to go to the UK for this next story. Some football news, or some football news about a personality, really.
Yes, David Beckham has finally been knighted. This is in The Athletic, but being covered in a lot of papers in the UK. The Athletic looks at what being knighted means practically. It features interviews with other sirs who say that the title mostly comes in handy when trying to book a table at a fancy restaurant. Meanwhile, The Telegraph is looking at David Beckham's 20-year campaign for his knighthood, occasionally obsessive, it calls it, including a 2017 scandal where leaked emails revealed just how upset David Beckham was after being rejected for knighthood because of questions about his tax records. The article says that his UNICEF campaigning and his work on the 2012 Olympic bid have all contributed to his knighthood. knighthood, as well as perhaps his 2021 public fallout with Meghan and Harry.
Now, one for you if you are Gen Z, or perhaps you've got a Gen Z living in your home. This is about texting tips.
Yes, this is an article in the Past Notes column of The Guardian here. It's looking at some of the Gen Z texting etiquette. For example, a recent survey found that 26% of 18 to 28-year-olds get the ick if they receive lol by text message. So I thought I'd do a quick fire test with you, Stuart, to see if you can tell what is acceptable and not acceptable.
I'm going to have no idea what any of these
today.
are.
Are you ready? Can you just tell me if you think that this is an acceptable emoji to send?
Well, I use it all the time, so yeah. I mean,
well, you should
yes.
never do it again.
Why?
It's been banned by Gen Z. What about this one?
I don't use it, but I've seen it used a lot. Yes, I think that's acceptable. What's wrong with that?
According to this survey, this is the worst one you could possibly ever use.
Okay, right.
Now this one.
I use that one all the time as well. What's wrong with that? It's
this
fine.
one apparently is banned. You should never use this one
Just laughing.
No, you should not use it to express amusement at all. Instead, you should use this, obviously.
For amusement?
Yes. Because
Why?
you've died of laughter. Or, if you want another option, you can use this one.
What does that mean?
That just also means you've died of laughter. But it's no laughing matter.
Okay.
Because apparently...
when you go on your phone, it gives you options. And the first ones are the obvious ones, which are the options that it gives you easily to access. The others, you have to go and look for them.
Well, you have to find some more niche emojis.
Okay. I'll believe you. Emily Boyle, though, giving people like me a bit of a lesson on how to send emojis properly with the press review. That's the latest. All the latest news, though, coming up for you after the break. Got an artist with us for today's perspective, so stay with us for that.